The concept of introduction to an epic showdown, contextualizing Spider-Man versus Hulk, sets the stage for understanding the dynamics of a hypothetical confrontation between Spider-Man and the Hulk. This matchup exemplifies a clash between intellect and brute strength, often explored in superhero narratives. Spider-Man, known for his quick wit and strategic thinking, represents the tactical mind. Conversely, the Hulk symbolizes raw, unbridled power, driven by primal instincts and massive physical strength. This point is significant because it underlines the distinction and interplay between mental acuity and physical force. Exploring these contrasting qualities offers insights into the nature of heroism and problem-solving. It raises questions about which qualities ultimately prevail in dire circumstances. Is it the strategic thinker or the overwhelming powerhouse? Real-world applications of this concept can be seen in various contexts. In sports, for instance, strategy often plays a crucial role in overcoming physically superior opponents, much like a chess game. The 2004 European Cup, where the strategic Greek national soccer team overcame physically dominant opponents to win the championship, serves as an example. In military tactics, similar principles apply. Smaller, agile forces can often outmaneuver larger ones through superior planning and strategy, as seen in guerrilla warfare throughout history. Supporters of this idea might argue that tactical intelligence can neutralize greater physical strength, emphasizing that brains will often trump brawn in complex situations. However, challenges to this viewpoint include the argument that overwhelming might can simply overpower intricate strategies through sheer force. Alternative perspectives may also consider that a combination of both elements, rather than one in isolation, often results in victory, as seen in characters like Batman, who blend tactical prowess with considerable physical capability. This interplay between Spider-Man's intellect and the Hulk's strength speaks to broader themes within the superhero genre and beyond. It emphasizes the necessity of balancing different attributes for overcoming challenges, reflecting real-world scenarios where effective problem-solving typically requires a blend of skills. Additionally, this setup influences other aspects of the main topic by framing the narrative as not merely a physical confrontation, but a complex battle of wits and abilities. This broader understanding enhances the depth of storytelling and highlights the multifaceted nature of conflict and resolution in superhero tales, providing audiences with a richer, more engaging narrative. In the thrilling realm of superhero conflicts, the face-off between Spider-Man's tactical mind and Hulk's raw power is a captivating spectacle. At the heart of this confrontation is Spider-Man's adept use of tactical strategies, which define his approach to combat and problem-solving. Spider-Man, also known as Peter Parker, is renowned for his sharp intellect, keen analytical skills, and ability to strategize on the fly. Unlike many of his peers who rely on brute strength, Spider-Man employs creative and intelligent tactics to outsmart and outmaneuver his opponents. This ability to strategically assess and exploit his enemies' weaknesses often turns the tide in his favor, even against physically superior foes like the Hulk. The significance of Spider-Man's tactical acumen in this epic showdown cannot be overstated. It highlights the classic struggle between intellect and power, showcasing how mental agility can stand toe-to-toe with raw physical force. One example of Spider-Man's strategic prowess is his use of webbing to neutralize opponents. In battles, he doesn't just use webs to ensnare, but employs them creatively, crafting traps and distractions to gain the upper hand. Another example is his iconic Spidey-Sense, a kind of precognitive perception that enables him to anticipate and dodge attacks before they happen, allowing him to devise immediate counter-strategies. Supporters of Spider-Man's approach argue that his reliance on strategy over strength underscores a more relatable heroism, where wit and intellect triumph over sheer power. This narrative resonates with many inspiring audiences who value ingenuity over dominance. However, there are challenges and controversies associated with this perspective. Critics may argue that Spider-Man's reliance on tactics could be insufficient against an overwhelmingly powerful foe like Hulk. Hulk's devastating strength and near invulnerability present a formidable challenge, and there are instances where sheer power can overwhelm even the best-laid plans. Ultimately, Spider-Man's tactical mind not only influences his direct conflict with Hulk, but also encapsulates a broader message within the superhero genre. the triumph of intellect and ingenuity over force. This duel between brains and brawn serves as a microcosm of the larger thematic conflict, where the question isn't just about who is stronger, but who can think smarter. Spider-Man's strategies connect to his ethics as a hero, emphasizing responsibility, creativity, and the power of the mind, which resonates deeply with fans and influences the narrative arc of superhero storytelling. Exploring Hulk's unmatched raw power unveils a crucial facet of the epic showdown between Spider-Man's tactical mind and Hulk's raw strength. The essence of this concept lies in the Hulk's extraordinary physical prowess, a combination of superhuman strength, near invincibility, and an ability to grow stronger as his anger intensifies. His power is practically limitless, allowing him to perform feats like leaping miles in a single bound, withstanding the most potent attacks, and demolishing structures with ease. This raw power is not just a defining trait, but serves as a central theme in narratives where Hulk's force becomes a force of nature, symbolizing unchecked might. In the context of Spider-Man's intelligence versus Hulk's brawn, understanding Hulk's power is significant because it sets the stage for a clash where sheer force meets strategic cunning. While Hulk embodies unbridled strength, Spider-Man's agility and intellect represent a tactical advantage. The tension between these two types of power highlights a classic battle scenario of brain versus brawn, drawing audiences into a narrative that explores which trait ultimately prevails or how they might balance each other. Real-world applications of this concept include the Hulk's prominent role in disaster scenarios, both in the comics and films, where his strength is either a tool for heroism or a catalyst for catastrophe. In Planet Hulk, his strength supports gladiatorial victories, and in World War Hulk, his anger-driven power challenges Earth's mightiest heroes, showcasing its vast potential and perilous volatility. Opinions supporting Hulk's unmatched power often emphasize the character's complexity beyond brute strength. Many fans appreciate the dichotomy between Hulk and Bruce Banner, which adds depth and relatability. However, potential challenges arise with interpretations of Hulk's power. Critics argue the character sometimes serves as a plot device, with his strength varying as narratives require, potentially reducing narrative tension. This exploration of the Hulk's raw power influences other aspects of the main topic by catalyzing the need for intellectual counter-strategies, leading to engagements that are not merely about physical confrontation. Spider-Man's tactical acumen comes into sharper focus when pitted against such overwhelming force, prompting innovations in strategic depth in the storyline. Hulk's might acts as both the impetus for conflict and the canvas upon which Spider-Man's ingenuity must paint its solutions, further enriching the narrative by adding layers of psychological and emotional complexity to their confrontation. The heading Theoretical Scenarios, Tactical Mind versus Raw Strength, delves into the conceptual battle between intellect and brute force, personified by two iconic comic book characters, Spider-Man and the Hulk. Spider-Man, with his agile mind and strategic prowess, often relies on wit, planning, and a deep understanding of his adversaries to outmaneuver them. In contrast, the Hulk epitomizes raw, unbridled power, smashing through obstacles with sheer might and an almost limitless reserve of strength. This contrast is significant as it embodies a classic narrative conflict: brains versus brawn, strategy versus power. It's not merely about physical confrontation, but the clash of two fundamentally different approaches to overcoming challenges. This theme resonates beyond its fictional roots, underlining a philosophical debate about whether intellect or strength holds superiority in conflict resolution. To illustrate, consider a chess grandmaster versus a powerlifter. The grandmaster, akin to Spider-Man, uses foresight, strategy, and intellect to navigate the board and outsmart opponents, while the powerlifter, mirroring the Hulk, applies raw physical capabilities to achieve victory through sheer power. Another real-world analogy exists in military strategy. Special forces employ meticulous planning and tactical acumen, while traditional armies might rely on overwhelming force to conquer. This concept finds support from those who advocate for intelligence as a path to sustainable victory, suggesting that brute strength can often be outsmarted or redirected to self-defeating ends. Yet it also faces challenges. In some scenarios, overwhelming power can prove decisive, cutting through complexities that might otherwise confound strategic plans. Critics might argue that intellectual approaches can falter without the necessary strength to enforce them, or that sometimes simplicity and directness, embodied by raw power, can offer clearer solutions to complex problems. Linking back to the main topic, the interplay between Spider-Man's tactical mind and the Hulk's raw power can influence various facets of strategic thinking, decision-making, and leadership. It invites audiences to ponder how these elements might balance each other out, offering a deeper understanding of the advantages and limitations of both approaches. This discussion can further enrich the dialogue on human capability, motivation, and the nature of conflict, offering a multidimensional perspective on problem-solving strategies. Ultimately, it challenges us to consider how best to harness our strengths while compensating for our weaknesses.